Hi, everyone. It's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me today on the campaign trail, it is Leniqua'dominique Jenkins. Welcome.
Hi, thank you for having me on the show. I'm really excited to be here today.
It is a pleasure to have you here, Leniqua'dominique. It's so great to see you, and I'm so glad that you could stop by here at Team Racine and we can talk with you. So I just want to start this out by just having you introduce yourself to our audience and just telling them a little bit about yourself.
Absolutely. So my name is Leniqua'dominique Jenkins. Leniqua'dominique is one first name. I'm so hyper fixated on making sure that folks know that because I'm about showing up authentically, honestly, as your whole self. And the way we culturally identify and the way we personally identify is important to me on and off the campaign trail.
I love that. I love that. And what got you, into this? I'll talk to everyone about the what you're running for and why this year, this cycle, this moment.
Thank you for asking that question and giving me space to really unpack why I'm running and why now. So there's never a perfect time to run for office. Some people will say strategically, right, that I should run a very focused and concentrated race, particularly in Ward 7, where I live, or maybe I should run when this person or that person is up for re-election. But as we all know, there is a sense of urgency in the district where things need to be addressed right now, pressing and important issues, public safety, crime, infrastructure, climate change, all the things that are very close to people's heart can't wait until the next election cycle. That's my personal posture about it. You're always punching upwards when you're going against an incumbent. There's always a crowded campaign field. So you always have to just show up honestly, show up prepared and ready to fight for the things that are so important to every DC resident.
Oh, yes, certainly, certainly so. And what is it about this city that, makes you love it so much and that you want to be a part of what really gets the city moving and changing and shaking and, really being a part of that? What is it about this city that has inspired that within you?
I love so many different parts of the district. I've lived in so many different parts of the district. I've lived and worked on Capitol Hill. I've lived in Southeast off of South Capitol Street. I currently reside in Northeast. And unfortunately, what I learned is that the government is working based off your proximity to the Capitol. And that's really unfair. I really want to give a voice to all people, independent of where they live. I love the culture. I love the flair. I love the diversity. I love how someone like myself, this is the longest that I've lived in one place in my adult life. So DC feels like home. It's a garment that fits very nicely. I've loved it so much so that I encouraged my entire family to relocate here over
Oh,
a decade
wow.
ago. When I say entire, I mean my mother, my father, my nieces. I have 8 nieces and nephews that are navigating our public education space. So although I haven't birthed any children, I've definitely mothered and I'm still mothering. And I love everything about it, which makes me also very hypercritical and see the
Mm-hmm.
need and the opportunity to make it even better so that DC residents can have a better lived experience, um, just improve the quality for everyone and not just 1 or 2 people, depending on where they live, because I'm
Mm-hmm.
invested. I'm not only
Certainly.
invested because of myself, I'm invested because I care about people. I want to bring people focused, people centered legislation, and that starts at home and in the district as a whole.
Yes, that is important. And to talk to us about some of these top issues that, you would like to tackle if you're elected to the DC Council.
Absolutely. I'm excited about all the things that make DC better. I've been canvassing, I've been doing the work for so long as a former ANC commissioner, as a community advocate, as a change agent in my community, doing racial equity trainings using my children's book. I've been doing the work and I've been listening. And one of the things that I'm really good at doing is interpreting the hearts and listening to the needs of people and translating that into legislation translating that into action items. So some of the things that I would love to be very pointed towards, and I will fight to make happen, is definitely environmental justice. That's a really robust topic. You know, you can't talk about land and soil and water and energy without talking about people. And I
Yeah.
would love to focus that. Food insecurity, all of those things are pressing and fall under that umbrella. Green infrastructure, I would love to see us building smarter, greener, and more mindful of the planet. Another thing that I'll be pointed towards is public safety. That's critical. No matter what ward I go to, people are concerned about feeling safe in their neighborhoods.
Yes.
Definition of unsafe may vary, whether it's gun violence, rather it's robberies, rather it's breaking and entering, right? But to me, that's the fruit, right? That's what we see. The root is a disinvestment of people. And I would love to create programs that invest directly into people. And I would love to water the current existing programs and making that have measurable results, proven results to work. I would love to continue to water those and cultivate those and have them in all 8 wards, not just some wards based off a sloppy matrix. Another thing that I really care about, another thing that I really care about and will be very pointed towards is education.
Yes.
Specifically improving our literacy rates. As a children's book author, words are very important to me. Having 8 nieces and nephews in DC public education space, education is incredibly important to me. And it's really gutting when you look at the numbers on proficiency performances. We're ranked as 47th in the nation. That's embarrassing, it's gutting, and it's disappointing. So I would love to see literacy rates improve. Yeah.
Certainly.
Yes.
I want to talk about your children's book a little bit. What's the name of it?
Absolutely.
How did you come up with the idea?
So I'm so happy that you asked. The children's book is called Mirror, Mirror on the Wall. It's about body positivity, self-affirmation for children of color, particularly in Black and Brown communities. However, those themes are universal. It's something that everyone can relate to.
They are.
Being positive, being confident, loving yourself. I've actually facilitated a few racial equity trainings with different schools in DC. I've done virtual readings and I've done racial equity trainings with the Smithsonian. That was a bucket list item, so I'm so excited. I love the Smithsonian. So to be able to partner with them and collaborate in any fashion was just something I wanted to always check off. And I was excited that it actually happened. Sorry for the ums. I'm just so excited. I've always wanted to be on this show. Yeah. And yesterday I was at the 23rd seniors annual celebration.
Oh, you were there yesterday?
I was there, and I actually seen Miss Racine and all her glory and all her flair.
So we were in the same room. I didn't even know that.
I know. I feel like, unfortunately, that often happens to me, where I'm so busy doing the work, connecting with people individually, that folks are like, how have we never met? And I'm like, well, my scope is behind the scenes, writing grants, writing legislation. But in that space, it was just so enjoyable connecting with people.
It was a great day. Yes, it was. Yes.
Seeing people age well, because unfortunately, Western culture is one of the few cultures that devalue people as they age.
Yes.
And I think I mentioned this earlier in the interview, but I owned and operated a companion comfort care agency for over a decade in the district. So aging in place is so important to me. Prioritizing seniors and seasoned citizens is very important to me. So seeing that illustration of living boldly, because age is a privilege, not a right, and seeing folks just enjoying and coming together under a joyous occasion and not like something gloomy or sad was so fantastic. So fantastic.
Oh, yes. I'm glad. I had a wonderful time there. And it's always great to, come out and see what the Department of Aging and Community Living is doing, seeing all the seniors together. I mean, it was massive. And it's such a great way to end the year, such a great way to top off the year. So I love that. So for people who wanted to know when the primary is and the election and all of that, when is that?
It's June 21st. That's the primary. The general is in November. Typically folks in December, typically folks that win the primary usually win the general. I'm running on the Democratic ticket as the at-large candidate. Folks can find me at jenkinsfordc.com. All of my handles are Leniqua'dominique Jenkins or Jenkins for DC. It's a 16-letter first name. Look for the longest name on the ballot.
And they found it.
They'll find me. They'll definitely find me for sure.
And I want to remind all the viewers that if you want to make sure that you are vote ready, you want to check your status, register to vote, you can text Team Racine to 40649. That is courtesy of headcount.org. Once again, text Team Racine to 40649. Now, Leniqua, we want to share your socials with everyone. I know you just said them, but we want to share them again, as well as the website. So how can people get in contact with you, keep up with you, and support your campaign if needs be?
Absolutely. I am not only prepared from my lived experience and from a university perspective and from working on the Hill, but I'm also prepared because of my lived experience. I am running a people-centered, people-focused, people-powered campaign, and I'm raising the voice of every single DC resident, not some, not those that have proximity to the Capitol, but I authentically, genuinely care about people, and that is what I'm bringing on and off the campaign trail.
Awesome. Leniqua'dominique, thank you so much for joining me today. To our viewers, the links will be in the description. And Leniqua'dominique, I wish you the best on your campaign. And so glad that you could join us today. And hopefully I get to see you again in real life when we're in the same room. So I look forward to that.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. And to our viewers, please continue to follow Team Racine and follow, like, share, subscribe, all of that, comment along as well. And most of all, thank you for watching. Bye, everyone.